Hi, this is Ed from Tokyo Fly Fishing and Country Club. Welcome to Camper Van Flying Time Bench. Today I'm going to show you how to tie Neversink Drake 2017 edition, which is the extended body mayfly, imitating the Drake mayfly, which is available in Japanese lakes and rivers, but also you can find the equivalent species in North America and Europe. It's just a large mayfly which with the extended body on the side stand hook. So the very first part you have to do is to produce the extended body using a EVA form, which is a closed cell form with a very spongy quality. And in Japan specifically, there's a store called Tokyo Hands, and they produce this beige color EVA sponge seed, which comes in a 10mm thickness. So this is a little too thick. So first thing you have to do is to take out your knife and just slice out the edge. And I prefer to cut out this little thin pieces about between 2 to 3mm in thickness. I tried 2mm, the body became a little bit too fragile, and 3mm is a little bit too thick, so somewhere in between. I mean, of course, you can just go with a 2mm thick, if you don't mind the strength. Then you continue to cut out into the small piece. In this particular size of a mayfly, I cut out a strip about 2 cm long. This is going to form the extended body. And then you have to secure your dabbing needle. I prefer to use a Semperfly dabbing needle, which just comes in just the right shape, and just hold your dabbing needle into the position. And so this is going to produce the foundation for your extended body. And today I'm using a thread, which is a Semperfly Nano Silk 12-0. This one's particularly in beige color because I'm trying to match that with the color of the body. And the advantage of using the nano silk is the GSP gel span tying thread, which kind of comes in a very sensitive quality, but also gives enough grip at the same time, enough little slickness, so which kind of helps you to slide off the extended body when you finish. So first of all, you just form the foundation, just about like a centimeter of wrapping is fine, and you just can let it go, and then take out your pheasant tail, and then take out 3 strands, because it's a Drake mayfly, which are the 3 strands of a tail, and then secure that into the very end of where the body starts. Just wrap them up. Okay, using a thread to secure that in position, a few wraps, and then make sure to adjust the lengths, probably slightly longer. A little bit. Okay, that's probably good. Just continue to form advance. Just a few wraps to secure that in position and cut out the excess. Then now to prepare this EVA form a little bit. So before forming the very end of a body, just take out your scissors and just trim off, or reshape the end of the EVA form to make a little pointy shape. So this is going to create a nice taper. I'm just going to cut that a little more, slightly more, just I want you to make it very pointy. Yeah, that's good enough. So make sure to find where the target end is. Okay, that's the end. Okay, start with the very end, just trying to push the form to very close to the very end, and make sure I give a few wraps to secure the position. 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's very important, do not apply too much of a pressure, because then your thread's going to cut into the form. Otherwise, it ruins the whole work. So just make sure you don't apply too much force, but just put the wrap with enough force just to secure that into position. And then go under the EVA form and continue working on another part of a segmented body. Up again, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and try that same thing again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue doing that to form the segmented body of a mayfly. 2, 3, 4, 6. And as you notice, like as I go advance forward, I make the segment slightly larger each time. 5, 6, and give it one more. Right? 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, I have to go back. Slightly too small, so I can go back and just make it a little bit larger. 4, 5, 6, and okay, now it's pretty much long enough, so I'm gonna finish this. Take one about. Sorry, I got this little problematic right hand, so I'm struggling to penetrate it through. About 3 up is good enough because we just need to hold that into position. Okay. Success. And then just simply slide out the finished segmented body. And boom. Then you already completed your extended tail part of the mayfly. Could just briefly explain here, like this is a finished extended part of the fly, and the reason I left this little tag end of the thread is because when you just turn it upside down, and if you just pull the string, you see you can make the natural curve of your body. Fundamentally, these little bubbling parts kind of get stuck on, when you place this on top of the hook. So it kind of adds, a little push, so which kind of forms the natural curve, with or without using this putting up strength. But if you like to, express explicitly this, bend curve, of the mayfly extended body, then leaving this bit is a very effective way to do it. You see. Okay, in the next part, I'm gonna start building the formal fly. In this particular example, I'm using a Gamakatsu B11B size 10 hook. Set the hook on the vise firmly, and I continue to use Simplify Nano Silk 12O as the threads. Just make a few good wraps to make the foundation. Okay, it's not slipping off anything. And just advance until the end of a shank where the extended body should be attached to. And take out the previously prepared extended body part. And I usually normally kind of set the same length of a shank as the part of extended part of the body. Okay. So that's about that. That's about 1, 2, 3 loose lap. Okay, it's not going anywhere. Okay, it's just slightly outside. 1, 2, 3. It's locking in position. As I explained earlier, I'm not bending curve on this particular one too much, so I'm just going to trim off the tag end of the extended body right now, and just add a few wraps in the back. 3, and there's a few wraps on the front, and I'm going to just use a parachute, secure technique. Just go like 1, 2, 3 to firmly secure the extended body to the shank of a hook. And then I like to add like one more segment of the body to the mayfly, because since I have a little more landscape left, so I'm just going to make 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's going to make additional part of the body. And because I'm not using like extra lengths of the form in this particular finish, because I'm using CDC as a wing, I just snip off the excess. Okay, just use a few wraps to secure the form further. Okay. And then I'm going to take out a dubbing. In this case, I'm using the Fly Right Cahill tan, because that'll be the finished color of my fly. It's, not awfully too much, but just enough to make a good matching color foundation. And for the feather, I use CDC, and I use 3 plumes of CDC feathers, and just patch them together, and make sure to match that at the end. And try not to use any good feathers. So I'm just going to stroke a few times. Oops. Okay, just make sure they're aligned again. Okay, that's going to make a beautiful wing. And where to hold the wing is usually this wing becomes like the most impressive part of the fish. So I usually kind of set the length of the wing slightly longer than the foundation of the extended body. So just about that is right. Okay, just use a few wrap to secure that into position. Yeah, that'll be the right length. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this with 3 good wraps, and then make sure to add a few wraps in the back so my wing post stands out. Okay, then trim off the excess. For the hackle, I'm using Met's Premium Neck Hackle, the matching color, in this case is the Golden Badger. So I'll take a few to make a match. Okay. Yeah, that should do. Okay. Okay, just take out just a stalk of feather, just trim off. Cut out the part you need, just pinch off the few stem to produce a foundation. We're going to attach this to the fly. Okay, so I'll wrap up a little bit, touch the wraps, and then I'm going to use 2 good wraps in the back. Well, I'm pinching a few CDC feather right now, but don't worry about it because I'll be cleaning up the bottom of the fly later anyway. Okay, so now it's securely farmed. Before finishing this fly off, from this part, you don't really need a hackle to be effectively fishing on this fly, but adding hackle here greatly helps stabilize the position of the fly when it's cast on the top of the water. Okay, I'm going to make a few good wraps in the back of the wing to make sure the wing stands up. Okay, just probably one more. Beautiful. And then make a few wraps in the front to form the thorax of the mayfly. And not too much, but well, it does help float high on the water if you add lots of hackles, and use a few wraps to secure the hackle into position. Okay, just cut off that. Okay, just push everything backwards to make space to secure from the head of a fly. Okay, eggs. Okay. Sorry, I have a little bad shoulder, so I'm having a little bit of difficulties to firmly hold the whole thing. Okay, pinch that off to form a nice small head of the mayfly. And then we finish. I always do that twice as insurance. Okay, just cut out the thread. And just make sure you just double check the entire shape of the mayfly. There's nothing too bad.
Okay, then just trim off the excess, a little pinch feather here and there. And this is very important to clean off all the fibers just right underneath the shank of a hook. Just go liberally all the way. A strong feel to see if there's any excess. Get out of excess. So the fly stays firmly flat on the surface of the water. And voila, the fly is finished. And as you can see, the finished fly, the silhouette against the bright sky is perfectly matching the natural. Okay, thank you for watching. I'm Ed of Talk of Life in Country Craft, and see you next time. Tight lines.